Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel, Annabella, and yesterday evening I went to the Odeon in Leicester Square down in London to see Disney's Cruella, which is a 12A, very deservedly so, for scenes of drinking strong spirits, slight swearing or implied swearing, dog sexuality, I'm not even going to mention, I'm just going to gloss that one over, and general bad behaviour. Okay, it's basically a prequel to 101 Dalmatians. It sets everything up, why Cruella became Cruella. And it starts off with a girl called Estella and her adventures as a child and what happened to her and who we think is her mother. Cough, cough, spoiler. And then into young adulthood and what she finds out. Emma Thompson is in it and is excellent. Emma Stone plays Cruella / Stella. We have the two bumbling assistants, and we have Art, who is an LGBTQ plus member, way for Disney for inclusion, who will go on to become the taxidermy guy. And we find out all about their relationship and, weirdly enough, where the Dalmatians originally come from. Cough, cough. The Pongo and Perdita are siblings. It's all a bit incestuous if you go the dog route. Loving it. It felt very London, very British, very punky, very rocky. There was even some of the Doors music. It was a bit strange, but it had an excellent soundtrack. It was punchy, it was quirky, it was really, really rather good. And to be absolutely honest, it thoroughly deserves its 12A rating. 12 and up, most definitely. Possibly sort of 10 and up, really, depending on how you are. But overall, it is for an older demographic, especially for a Disney film, because the only other Disney film that I've seen strong spirits drunk in was Saving Mr. Banks, and that was a PG, and that was Walt Disney drunk, strong spirits, and he also smoked. But we didn't see him do it on screen. It was just sort of, you know, hinted at. Though I did think we saw him with the, like, strong spirit, like, finishing it up and putting it on the side because he didn't want to encourage bad habits. Anyway, that is also my favourite Disney film, is Saving Mr. Banks. Did I call it Save It Private? No, moving on. Leave that thought, leave that thought. Back to Cruella. It was very, very good, very clear, very crisp. Sets up the new... I'm hoping they're going to do a new 101 Dalmatians live action version. No disrespect to the excellent Glenn Close ones, because they are in a league of their own. It actually made me want to go back and watch the cartoon version of 101 Dalmatians, which is equally excellent. They even had a scene where you had one of the henchmen, there's Jasper, and I forget what the other guy is called, but I really love the Chihuahua Wink with one eye. Awesome. And the cute little dog buddy, it was just great. They even had a scene where the guy who owns Wink basically says, do you think dog owners look like their dogs? And we had that long, luscious dog that walks around with the owner with the 1970s luscious hair. Yeah, it's set in the 70s, early 80s. It's brilliant. I enjoyed it, found it great. I would give it 4 out of 5. That's my personal rating. Your rating may be different. I don't know when it was supposed to be released, because who knows, we've had 14 months of a pandemic, being in and out of lockdown, so goodness knows. I went to the cinema for the second time. It was great, totally safe. People were miles away from me. Loved it. Odeon Leicester, luxury Odeon, lovely. Had a nice relaxing leather chair. Could go up and down with my feet. And lean back, right back with the controlly thing. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Also had the lovely Dr. Pepper, but anyway, moving swiftly on. Yes, you do have to wear a mask, but who cares? And hand sanitizer, of course. The film was great, good soundtrack, good costumes. It was kind of like I don't want to say a children's version, because that kind of diminishes it. It's not a children's film. I wouldn't stick a 5-year-old in front of it. It's 12A, for goodness sake. You can't, it's illegal. It reminds me of a young teen's version of The Devil Wears Prada. It's got that vibe with it, because you've got the fashion world as well, because Cruella is a fashion designer. Emma Thompson, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant villain as the Baroness. Can't fault her enough. The butler is excellent. The maid is excellent. Everybody is excellent. The dogs are fantastic. I don't know if there's some CGI going on with the dogs, but Wink, that Chihuahua deserves, like, I don't know if dogs get Oscars, but they should. And also, yeah, there's that weird kind of like come on scene with the Dalmatian dog that's called, oh, what is it? Genghis. But I'm kind of sure, why is a female Dalmatian called Genghis? There are many questions. Also, what are the other names of the 2 Dalmatians in the film? I know I recently sent a poll out of what you guys wanted to see. I'm doing this because I've been to the cinema for the 2nd time, perfectly fine, did not get any COVID-19 or anything like that. Did an electro flow test today, totally fine. Went to London yesterday, not a problem. Had a great time. Wore a mask, socially distanced, hand sanitise. It's the way forward. Also, I've had 1 jab, so happy days. Anyway, I really enjoyed this movie. Do check it out. It is fun, kind of cool. Take your older children to go see it because it is fun. It's irreverent, but it's British punk, so it's what you'd expect. Like, comment and subscribe and stay safe. Bye!